They thought it was a cargo ship, big, slow, heavy, and easy money. Two skiffs packed with armed Somali pirates tore across the black water at full throttle, engines screaming as they sliced through the Gulf of Aden. Ahead of them loomed a massive silhouette on the horizon, no running lights, no visible flag, just cold steel and silence. To pirates, that usually means one thing: unescorted freight. They were wrong. In less than 90 seconds, that shadow revealed its true identity. Not a merchant vessel, not a tanker, not a prize, but a floating war fortress. A full-blown, nuclear-powered United States Navy aircraft carrier. The kind that launches combat aircraft before most people finish breakfast. The kind that carries more firepower than entire nations. The pirates had AKs and RPGs. The carrier had 5,000 sailors, SeaWiz cannons, radar-guided missile systems, layered defenses, and exactly zero patience for threats. What happened next wasn't a standoff. It wasn't even a fight. It was a lesson. A lesson that started with radar contacts and ended with pirates face down, zip-tied and staring at Navy boots on the deck of a rigid-hull inflatable boat. Because this is what happens when you pick the wrong ship. This is what happens when you try to test a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier. And this was a very big mistake. The radar saw them first. Two fast-moving blips, low signature, no AIS signal, closing fast. Inside the Combat Information Center of the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, the screens lit up. The operator didn't hesitate. Contacts, two small craft, bearing 085. Closing in these waters that meant only one thing: trouble. The officer of the deck didn't ask for confirmation. He leaned into the comms, calm and precise. Bridge to CIC, notify flight deck, launch Seahawk now. Outside, the carrier was already awake. This wasn't a sleepy cargo convoy. This was a fully armed carrier strike group on patrol. And the Eisenhower was its nerve center. Within 2 minutes, an MH-60R Seahawk spun up, rotors biting the air, and lifted off the deck. Door gunner aboard, sensors active, optics sharp enough to spot a tattoo at 5,000 feet. The helicopter angled straight toward the incoming threat. On the flight deck, no one paused, not even for a second. Yellow shirts cleared space. Red shirts verified weapons loads. Green shirts signaled another bird to stand by. Inside CIC, another call came in. The skiffs were splitting, one peeling away, one still charging straight in. Textbook pirate behavior, divide and confuse. The captain's response was simple: maintain course. Let them commit. From the air, the Seahawk had eyes on. The pilot keyed the mic. Hostile posture observed, visible armament. That was enough. This encounter had crossed the line. A second Seahawk launched on a nearby destroyer, USS Gravely. VBSS teams geared up, armor on, rifles checked, flashbangs secured. SeaWiz systems hummed quietly into standby. The ship wasn't tense. It was focused, fast, professional. They weren't waiting to be attacked. Because on a U.S. aircraft carrier, hesitation is a liability. The pirates had no idea what they were sailing into. From their view, it was still just a big ship. From the Navy's view, it was two confirmed threats and a fully activated response chain. The warning shot was already loaded. The skiff on the right kept coming. No course change, no slowdown, just reckless confidence. At 800 yards, the Seahawk dropped altitude. The side gunner swung the M240 into position, not firing, just posture, a clear message: you are in the wrong neighborhood. The pirates didn't back off. One stood up, hoisting a long metallic tube onto his shoulder. RPG, that was it. Hostile confirmed, weapons visible, continuing intercept. The Seahawk called. Back aboard the Eisenhower, the captain didn't blink. From the destroyer's port side, two 11-meter RHIBs slammed into the water, packed with VBSS teams, M4s, armor authority. These weren't diplomats. They were floating SWAT teams. The carrier itself didn't fire a single round. It didn't need to. That's what the task force was for. Still, SeaWiz tracked the skiff like a predator watching prey. The gravely maneuvered into flanking position. It was chess at 35 knots. Overhead, the Seahawk fired a burst across the water, just ahead of the skiff's bow. The message was crystal clear: turn around or go down. Too late. The RHIBs were already on them, engines roaring, slicing across the waves. One team boxed the skiff from starboard. The other cut off retreat. Over loudspeaker, the command echoed, "Drop your weapons, hands up now." Panic set in. One pirate tossed his AK into the sea. Another froze, eyes wide. The smart ones complied. The others learned quickly that the Navy doesn't wait for consensus. In under 30 seconds, it was over. Weapons seized, pirates zip-tied, skiff secured. The Eisenhower never slowed down, not even a fraction, because aircraft carriers don't fight alone. They bring an entourage that hits harder, faster, and smarter. And only then did the pirates realize the truth. They hadn't just picked the wrong ship, they de-picked the wrong ocean. But the Navy wasn't finished. When you threaten a U.S. carrier, even badly, they don't just stop you, they investigate you. A second Seahawk ran perimeter scans, thermal sweeps, hull analysis, signal checks, GPS units, sat phones, encrypted radios. This wasn't amateur hour. Flight operations aboard the Eisenhower never paused. Jets launched, catapults fired, coffee brewed. You wouldn't even know an intercept had happened unless you saw the logs. That's the reality of carriers. While pirates chase money with leaky motors and RPGs, the U.S. Navy operates 100,000-ton nuclear fortresses that dominate entire regions. And the second skiff, the one that peeled away, didn't escape either. A drone picked it up 6 miles out, idling beside a fishing vessel that looked a little too clean. Another RHIB team boarded it minutes later. More detainees, a seized laptop, and a trail leading far beyond piracy. The original crew still thought they'd attacked a cargo ship, until a Marine leaned in and said, "You know, that was an aircraft carrier." Right, silence. One muttered something under his breath. Translation unnecessary, big mistake. And here's the truth. Attacking a U.S. aircraft carrier is like bringing a butter knife to a tank fight, except the tank floats, launches fighter jets, and has its own zip code. Carriers are never alone, ever. They sail with destroyers, cruisers, submarines, aircraft, drones, and layered defense systems. The Eisenhower alone carries nearly 5,000 personnel, launches jets every 25 seconds, and monitors everything above, below, and around it. SeaWiz systems fire 4,500 rounds per minute. ESSM missiles handle anything that flies too close. Hawks, Growlers, Hawkeyes, electronic warfare, radar dominance. You don't sneak up on a carrier. You don't surprise it. You get tracked long before you realize you've been noticed. And they didn't even use a fraction of their capability, because the threat didn't warrant it. Every radio, every weapon, every mistake became intel. Coordinates logged, frequencies matched, routes mapped. Data flowed to CENTCOM, AFRICOM, coalition partners. What looked like a failed pirate attack became part of a much larger picture. By sunrise, the ocean was calm again, jets launched, operations continued. But beneath the surface, the message had spread: we saw you, we stopped you, we learned from you, and next time you won't even get close. So let us know if you were commanding the carrier. Would you have handled it differently? Would you have taken them alive or sunk the skiff on sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this breakdown hooked you, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And if you want to support the mission, join the fleet, because out here you never know what's coming next. Stay sharp, stay safe.